Hey everybody, Thacia here with Legacy of Flight in conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin, coming to you for one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And we are right now reading from the book, it's the Buddha Dated. And I thought I had it open to the chapter, but I did not. So, chapter 17, and when to trust the power of attraction. Most happy marriages are held together by a powerful and enduring sexual bond, even when partners do not fully realize it. And that's Katherine Johnson from Lucky in Love. Attraction is an amazing phenomenon, a wondrous example of complex interaction of mind and body. You walk in a room feeling half bored, meet someone who excites you, and within minutes your energy perks up, your heart beats faster, your palms start to sweat, and you feel sexually aroused. This is caused by a huge chain of biochemical responses that involve the hypothalamus, the sympathetic nervous system, and the pituitary and adrenal glands, which work together to release epinephrine, the chemical that makes us feel the turn on. There is much debate about falling in love. You're attracted to someone because he or she reflects your disowned traits, your wounded self, your desire to merge with an all-loving mother or God. While this is part of the truth, it is important to remember that we are hardwired as a species to fall in love so that we will mate. That's why sexual arousal is such a pleasurable sensation. It was created to ensure procreation. Because falling in love is an intense biological experience, we often take leave of our neocortex, the part of our brain that's capable of reason, reflection, and intelligence, to bask in the pleasurable feelings. Unfortunately, our delight in romance and feeling turned on, the epinephrine rush, can lead us to mistakes these sensations for love and start a relationship with no more intelligence than two cats mating. Seriously. On the other hand, many enduring couples started with intense physical and sexual attraction for each other. They definitely fell in lust before creating an enduring bond. We need sexual chemistry and a strong attraction to create a lasting fire with a partner. Katherine Johnson, author of Lucky in Love, a study of long-term happy relationships, wrote, "Scratch the surface calm of these happy marriages scratch the surface calm of these happy marriages, and frequently a strong and vibrant sexuality, a clear sexual chemistry, soon would reveal itself." Certainly many, perhaps most of these happy marriages began with strong sexual attraction, even if it has calmed over the years. While some of us have the luck to feel a strong attraction, fall in love, and form a good relationships, others of us need to be a bit more wary of our sexual attractions. We need to check if our hormones are working in concert with our heart and mind. To decide on a mate, one of the most important decisions we will ever make, we are well advised to ask ourselves these key questions. And I would advise to ask ourselves being, our heart, not our mind. So it's like the balance in between that, but mostly just like check in with your heart space. Am I attracted to this person out of an adult state or a child state? Am I attracted out of spirit or out of ego? Am I operating from hormones or heart, instinct or wisdom, or a combination of all of these? In our adult state, we seek a partner or a spouse as a lover, a helpmate, a friend, a companion on the spiritual journey. In our child state, we want someone to rescue us, make us feel important, and provide security, comfort, or that sexual high. It's from the childlike state that we fall into the Cinderella and the prince fantasies and have the illusionary dreams of being in love forever. And certainly, as I've talked before, through most of my relationships were in that childlike or need space where there was something that I needed from those relationships in order to, to fulfill me, or, to make me feel worthy or loved, or, financially secure. Just, the list is a pretty extensive one. But it's cool. I know that. I'm aware of it. And, the only thing I can do now is just change in my, new relationships as I go through them and find them. And even, within the relationships that I have with friends and family, I can look at those also and see if these things are, within the need basis, and do I want to change that? Because that's what awareness is something comes into your vision that you've been doing forever, the same pattern, and then you have the choice. Do I want to change this, or am I just going to keep this the same? So, interesting, according to Paul Pearsall, author of Sexual Healing, the biochemical response to constant infatuation or being in love or seeking a sexual high without authentic personal connection leads us to produce large amounts of epinephrine, which create chronic autonomic agitation or feelings of restlessness or nervousness. This, in turn, can result in irritability, fatigue, and the breakdown of the immune system, leading to chronic anxiety and depression. This experience truly is love sickness. When people get hooked on the epinephrine high and seek only the thrill, just about anybody will do. Pearsall writes, hot reactive sex followed by cool feelings of regret or loneliness can eventually teach our immune system to be as disconnected as we have been in our intimate decisions. On the other hand, when we create mindful, loving, personal connection with another, and we are sexually attracted to that person, our bodies produce the hormone oxytocin, which contributes to the feeling of the intense closeness and the trust and the sensual feelings. Incidentally, oxytocin is the same hormone that is secreted when the mother nurses her baby. According to Pearsall, it's the neurochemical of intimate connection that also helps us balance this immune system. It takes considerable periods of time in growing reciprocal loving union for our bodies to stop creating an epinephrine high and secrete oxytocin instead, which means that many people never have had the experience of intense intimacy. When we combine the knowledge of our biochemistry with our spiritual knowledge, we can see that what is good for our spiritual journey is good for our relationships and for our immune system. There is no separation between the three. It's as if our bodies are begging us to love well, use our intelligence, and be wise in our choices. Pretty cool, huh? Our thoughts, feelings, cells, hormones, glands, consciousness, tenderness, compassion, sexuality, and integrity are like the pieces in a kaleidoscope interacting with each other, creating the design of who we are and how we feel. The more they come together as an integrated whole, the more we can trust our attractions. While many therapists and authors of relationship books suggest that the initial fire of a new relationship will inevitably shift into a more settled companionship that replaces sexual attraction, others in the field disagree. If we choose a partner we are strongly attracted to and stay loyal to our spiritual journeys by keeping a kind and true to each other, sexual attraction can remain strong. Indeed, it is the strong attraction that helps people see each other's best traits. This adoration for our partner, which helps us cherish each other, even our foibles, helps keep romantic feelings alive. Most of the happy couples Johnson interviewed were still deeply in love, sexually attracted to each other, and clearly living in the heart of the beloved. They had a grace, familiarity, adoration, an unmistakable sexual energy sparkling between them. So within this, we just need to be aware of who we are. And that's what it all comes back to, is being aware of everything that we are and everything that we are as this person right now. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, to become aware of everything that we are. So that there's no surprises, and we can say, you know, am I attracted to this person? Is this my adult stage, or is this my child stage from, you know, whatever that you have gone through that created these patterns that are no longer serving you? What stage are you, you know, in with your partner or somebody that you're attracted to? So, you know, honestly look at it. And if it is that childlike attraction, then, you know, take a step back, because you don't have to go through all of the other stuff that you have in your other relations once you are aware. And that goes for anything. When you become aware, you have the choice then to consciously make that change. And that's what, you know, awareness is coming to us and saying, hey, here's this pattern that you have. You don't really need it anymore. What do you want to do with it? And then you have to make the decision. We, you know, as the creators of our universe, get to make that decision. It's like the universe brings that stuff to you. You are part of the universe, so it's, you know, some part of you. And yeah, it's like, hey, what do you want to do with this? We can keep going. We'll keep going forever in this pattern. But you don't have to. You can do this way. You can go this way. You can go that way. Am I attracted out of my spirit or my ego? You know? And again, it comes down to this awareness, you know, and don't judge yourselves for your past relationships. You weren't aware of all the things that you are aware of now. So don't worry about it. But now is the time that you can change. You can make that conscious decision. Am I operating from hormones or heart? You know, the feel-goods. And it's okay to have the feel-goods, obviously, within that relationship. But what it is saying is that eventually these, you know, feelings are going to, you know, change one way or another. They're either going to disappear because all they were in the first place were the epinephrine, or they're going to change and morph into the oxytocin, to where that is the relationship that you are desiring. And there's, you know, a simple way is just ask yourself and then listen for the answer and then go with that answer. So is this instinct or wisdom, or a combination of all of these? How am I coming at this relationship? Because if you desire to get to that space where then the oxytocin takes over for the epinephrine, the universe will give you the answers. It will put somebody on your path. And, you know, a lot of times we have this idea, and because it, you know, it's like a societal idea, and you know, things of the fairy tales, and that this person that we are to fall in love with is going to be our perfect match, and everything's going to be wonderful, and we're never going to argue and have different thoughts and different ideas, because they're just going to be the same exact little piece. But that is not the truth. What this person is to us is to, bring us that friction. It is to mirror us and to help us, want to see these parts of us that, no longer serve us, these parts that we can take off and get to the remembrance of the magnificence that we are. This is what relationships are to help you find. And within that, then you find that loving connection, because you can love everything about that person, because you love everything about yourself, all of it. So why wouldn't you love that about your partner? But it needs to become from that real space, that heart space, and not that, the mind ego space. And while we are trying to balance and find this beautiful ebb and flow within all of this, this is the space that we want to live from. This is our connection. Is the heart. And so go with that. Go within, seek those answers, and go with that answer. And always trust your answers, because you know what's best for you. Sometimes we can seek outside help, but it's just, for another perspective. And then we get to choose. We get to decide, what am I going to do with this information that I have? Does it resonate with me? Does my spirit think it? Does my heart think it? And go with that. Because in the end, that's going to bring you the most joy, is, going with what you desire, what you are looking for, really. And not, what you've learned you think you want. So always choose you. All right. I guess that's it for today. I love y'all.